All right, welcome everybody. Let's talk about the market. We're going to look at the weekly, the daily, my trade, and we'll look at the intraday charts. Interesting, um, interesting day to say the least. Okay, we'll get into that when we look at some of the intraday charts. All right, so here's a weekly chart. You can see get this little kind of doji thing going on. Range is 70.5. So earlier in the week, obviously it was all the way down here to almost 49.37. Let's see, how low did it get? Got down to 49.59, so kind of close to this support. And then at the moment though, it's back to being a doji. So an important week, so we can get a sense for what the market's going to do, right? Kind of an important week. All right, still expecting a cycle low to happen somewhere out in this area. Okay, divergence here from, I think it was last week. No, it's this week. So this is still showing divergence for this week. Of course, this week is not over. That could change. Today is Wednesday, I believe. Yep. And so there's 2 more days left in the week. Sorry. Futures are still trading here, so they're going to close probably like, I don't know, maybe in a half an hour or less. Okay, let's look at the daily chart. All right, so here we are on the daily chart. You can see today was a green day. Didn't start out that way. Actually, it was a down day. Came all the way down below the 49.70 line, 49.59. Low of the day, which is also the low of the week. And obviously, you can see it didn't stay below that. And now, even as we speak, it's still doing a little bit of a bounce here as we get closer to the end of futures, which closes in whatever, 15, 20 minutes or something like that. Let's see, what time is it right now? It is, some reason I don't have the time here. Okay, 1 minute. It's 3:59. It's going to close in a minute. Okay. And then it reopens up at 5 o'clock. So a pretty strong day, 61.5 range. See a little bit of purple move coming in here. Down green, just turning purple here on the Hall moving average. So even though we have this bounce day, we're going to see whether or not this takes out the all-time highs. Do we get another? I'm going to give you all a freebie for tomorrow. I don't normally do this to the public, but tomorrow's expected to be a bounce day. Okay, tomorrow's expected to be a green day. Now that doesn't guarantee it's going to be that, but data suggests tomorrow's going to be a bounce day. If you want to know how I come to that conclusion, become a member. Stick around to the very end of the video and I'll show you how to do that, okay? All right, don't expect that everyday videos. I don't normally give that out for free because that's usually reserved for members, but occasionally I'll give it for free as a promo, okay? And that's what that just was right there. All right, so tomorrow's expected to be a bounce day. Everybody now knows my opinion about that. Was super duper accurate over here. I think I missed this day here and then I was able to get this day. So out of the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 4 of them I nailed with decent amount of confidence in the nightly email to what I thought the daily chart was going to be by the end of the day. Okay. Okay, so here are some supports. Of course, we know what the resistance is. That would be the all-time high at 50.66.5 for the March contracts, which, remember, these contracts expire, I believe, the 15th. Yeah, here it is right here. You probably can't see it very well on here, but on my charts, it says March 15th. This is the expirations for the futures, okay? Just be aware of that if you're trading futures for the S&P 500. It's going to expire in, whatever, here about 3 weeks, maybe 3.5 weeks, whatever it is. Okay, let's take a look at my trade, and then we'll look at the intraday charts. Okay, so here's my trades that I made from a little bit last night and today. $1,800 total contracts, 18 contracts. So like 6 different trades. A little busy trading. I got caught out a couple times and kind of had to wait out a few positions, but they made good eventually. And there you go, $1,800. At this time, this was just after the FOMC minutes came out and the market did the dive. But as we will see here in a moment, looking at the intraday charts, it didn't stay like this. But I took advantage of some action and a few times throughout the day. something down in this area. I took advantage of this area, right? Basically took advantage where I could, where the get us plus indicators would be, right? This one's obviously forecasting an upswing. This one's obviously forecasting a big upswing too. Okay. And then this one, I just did it on my own because I saw I was getting rejected off of this. Both off the 24-hour and the 4-hour got rejected and came below. Start just giving it all up. I got in here somewhere down in this area. A little late I got in, but I still was able to make some nice profit in this area right here. Okay, I always like to talk about my goals whenever I'm showing my profits for the day, or my trades and my outcome. I'm currently trading 3 contracts on the S&P 500. I want to get the account to the place where I can trade 4. It's not there yet. Kind of waffling a little bit back and forth the last few days, just kind of small profits and inching my way forward. So hasn't been my best trading the last few days. A little distracted, so I got to get my it together, But I've been making some nice profits. Just not as consistent as I'd like it to be. Also, I've been trading. I'll just mention it real quick. I'm not going to cover it in this video, but I've been trading, just dabbling in the Nikkei. I think it's pronounced 225. I think it was up like $200 or $300 and gave some of it back. That's a very tricky product to trade, so I'm still kind of getting a feel for that. So there may be more on that in the future. I plan on, for the members, if you don't know, and I talked about this on the Discord server, but for those that maybe are not aware of this, I got some equipment coming in. We're streaming the S&P 500 charts right now. That's what I'm doing. The hourly, the 15-minute, the 5-minute for the members. But I'm going to start streaming the Nikkei 225 as well. So I got some equipment coming in, a big monitor. We're going to stream that on a different Discord server. So be on the lookout for that. I'll announce it on the Discord server, and I'll put the link in. I already put the link on the Discord server for the other Nikkei 225 server. And when the stream gets up and live and running, I'll let everybody know. All right. That's going to be a membership-based server as well. Okay, most likely. Otherwise, I get everybody and their grandma starts pouring into the server for free, and it becomes all messy because you don't have people in there that are strictly there for trading, right? They don't want to pay anything, and it's a mess. And there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people in there just using the server to be jerks, and it's just not doable. So that's why I charge at least a little bit something, so I know the people that come in there are serious, right? I don't charge them an arm and a leg like the membership I charge right now for the S&P 500 stream, and the services I provide on there is only $7.99 a month, right? It's just enough so I know that people coming in are real, right? They're real people spending a small amount of money, but I'm filtering out all the jerks by charging $8. That's all that really is. Sure, I make a little bit of money on it, but it's not like I'm making a lot of money, All right, so let's swing over to the intraday charts, and we'll talk about where I thought the best trades were, and some of them where I made myself, in fact. Okay. All right, we're going to look at the 5-minute and the 15-minute chart today. This first one we're looking at here is the 5-minute chart, and you can see from this is last night when the futures opened, and this is the close of the futures way over here. Okay, so this is the entire night and day, right? It was kind of tracking down. It opened up. It kind of tracked down. And it kind of came up, and it was slowly making its way down, all the way down, right? Just slowly doing this kind of, sell the rip kind of price action, right? You get up to the 24-hour SMA, you sell it, right? You get up to the 24. Here you get up to the 4-hour SMA, you sell it, or I'm sorry, actually at the 24 right here, you sell it, right? It just kind of repeats itself over and over. Here it didn't quite reach it, but it did. Here it reached, here it almost reached, and here it reached. You can just see the pattern over and over and over, right? Just keeps coming up here, tacking the 24-hour SMA all the way down. And the market, before we talk about specifically, obviously, which one of these are some of the best trades, but the market, as we got into pre-market hours, kind of like down here, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, it became obvious that the market was waiting for the FOMC minutes to come out because they, that's what these people do, right? Everybody sits on the sidelines and waits for them to speak. I find it personally find it annoying, but that's what happens. Everybody waits around for these people to speak. We're going to drop the lending rate, increase the lending rate. We're going to rip people off, not rip people off. You all know my opinion about the Federal Reserve. It's like we're going to create a big mess, a big economic mess. It's going to be our fault, but we're going to blame everything else and everybody else but ourselves, and then we're going to pretend like we know what we're doing and turn around and fix it. Okay. That's these goofballs. Now I know COVID might have been an exception, but I'm not even talking about the COVID. This is just like a repeating pattern over and over and over with the feds. They're absolutely horrible. The Federal Reserve is a joke. It's just an illegal entity that shouldn't exist, but there it is. So anyway, they come out and put their minutes out, and we'll talk about that here in a second. Let's talk about the trades here on the 5-minute chart that I thought were really good, and we'll look at the 15-minute as well. Now, all these trades in here, they may seem like they were small because it was a quiet day for quite a while, but they still were pretty profitable. I mean, this one right here was actually really nice. 10 o'clock this morning. It was a nice trade. It got up right here, and it came all the way back down. Look at that. Right up here, SMI rolls over, stalls here for a second, comes all the way down. Super nice. You got this indicator, the Get Us Plus indicator got triggered right here. You wait for it to kind of finish off doing its thing, and boom, it just gives it all up. I mean, that's really nice. I mean, you're looking at about 49.85 down to 49.70. That's 15 points. It just looks small because of this massive run up at the end of the day, okay? But that's 15 points right there. It's like, okay, that's good money. Really good money. All right. So this one, of all the ones during the intraday, really stood out to me as a really decent moneymaker. 15 points is nothing to sneeze at. Okay, this tried to give a signal but didn't quite give us a signal, but if you were paying attention, you could see it got rejected off the 24-hour SMA and bombs away. So I don't normally trade these. I like to be a little bit more disciplined. This is a little sketchy to trade this, but you could do it if you're a little bit more, if you want to take on some more risk, I didn't trade this personally myself. Okay, and then we had this signal right here. Okay, this was like a no-brainer, right? It just happened at 5 minutes to 3. Now, by then, the intraday is closing 5 minutes later, okay? But it just ran up after intraday close, it just took off. That's another reason why I like trading futures, because this extra hour, lots of things happens. Well, sometimes a lot of things happen in this extra hour. Usually it's quiet, but occasionally you get this, okay? If you're only trading options, you don't get access to this. You can't get access to the futures because you're not trading futures, you're trading options. And you miss out on all this profit. So this was a pretty good signal, even though it was already smashed and elevated. And this huge candlestick right here was just like ridiculous. Look at this one candlestick. This is a bad intention candlestick right here. This is what we call bad intentions. Look at this thing. It went all the way up to 50.14 and came all the way back down to 49.73. So it ran all the way up here and then all the way back down. All within 5 minutes. That's bad intentions. Right? That's shaking out a lot of retail accounts right there. That's what that did. And then after that, the market just went to, kind of went to the moon here and it's doing its thing, and it closed up here around, closed at 50.18.75. Pretty big swing from all the way down here at 59 all the way up to 50.18, right? Massive, just absolutely massive. So this was the fear of missing. I call this the fear of missing crap. Excuse my language. The fear of missing crap meeting. That's what these are. Now it's just the minutes, but whether they're speaking, whether they're pontificating or they're putting out minutes, it's the same thing. They always do all kinds of damage. Everybody thinks this is great. Oh, this is great, going to the moon. But you gotta understand, and I said this so many times, market going up isn't any better than market going down. It's the same thing. You make money either way. It makes no difference. Market up, market down. Okay, I'm not a bull or a bear person. I'm a make a profit person. I don't care what the market's doing. I'll trade futures, long or short, it makes no difference. I know a lot of people are bulls only, bears only, all this. They think this means good and this means bad. I'm like, oh gosh, so old school, right? Real traders don't think like that. I've said that many times. But anyway, the fear of missing out crap meeting minutes came out and this is just damage. That's all this is. People don't realize this is BlackRock's in here doing their dirty dance on the market, which should be illegal, and it is illegal, but they do it anyway. They infuse all this money into the market because they suggested The suggestion is, right? Not that I necessarily have a problem with this word in and of itself, but the suggestion, as they said in their minutes, more or less, they didn't use this word, but that's basically what they implied, is that the lending rate, I'll put LR, is going to go down sooner than they thought. Sooner rather than later. Oh, what does the market do? Oh, lending rate's going down? Free money. Bing. And BlackRock got in here and said, well, the message is this, right? This is the message that the Fed heads put out. The ones that actually create the problem, then turn around and pretend like they're solving the problem. Yeah, those guys. Okay, they put the message out, and then they tell their bulldog, BlackRock, go make it happen. And BlackRock says, oh, let's put some money into the market. That's all we're just witnessing here. What a bunch of clowns. If anybody else did this in corporations, right? Embezzled money, misuse of money, taking tax money and throwing it into the market. This is completely legal stuff. They would be in prison for like decades. But oh no, the Federal Reserve has a mandate. It has a mandate. That word. Normally, lately this word has been associated with some bad things, right? Everybody remembers mandates, right? Yeah, they went on a mandate. The Federal Reserve likes to go on mandates. That's what they do. They're all about mandates. Get it? Yeah, they have a real problem. It's disgusting, their behavior. But anyway, I digress about the fear of missing crap meeting people. So this is the outcome of that. Now, as I said, actually prior to this nonsense right here, I had said on a Discord server to the members that tomorrow's universe data said that there was going to be a bounce day. Well, what do you know? Post intraday, right? Because this all, half of this happened post intraday, because intraday was ended right here. That the market was going to bounce. There you go. The universe data actually knew before this money was infused that the market was going to go up. See, folks, it doesn't matter how it gets done. It's just the fact that it's going to happen. I tell my members that all the time. I try to express that in videos. That the Fed heads are just, they are, how do I put this? They're influenced. Okay, they're influenced. They're not really the ones calling the shots. And it isn't necessarily some, it isn't like the United Nations is pulling their strings, or the what is it called? The WEF, I think they're called, is telling the Federal Reserve what to do. And even if they are communicating, which they probably are, all these entities and all these people and the billionaires and all the shakers and movers and the socialists and all the nonsense, they're not the ones calling the shots, guys and gals. The market didn't go up because anybody did something. Okay, they're influenced. All right, because it's cyclical patterns that have a lot to do with energy flow. And everybody thinks, most people think I'm nuts, and I don't really care. Let them think what they want. The simple fact is, I probably called cycles pretty accurately for at least the last few years. And in this last year, I've been forecasting daily forecasts, not every day, but often, and usually pretty accurately. Now, how do I do that? Do I go talk to the UN? Do I confer with the WEF? Do I have a bat phone? I got the bat phone, and I've got the bat phone number to the feds, and we have a discussion, and then they tell me what they're going to do, and then I tell everybody, no, of course not. That's nonsense, because they're not in control. All right. Okay, let's look at the 15-minute chart, and then we'll, if you want to become a member, stick around to the very end, and I'll tell you how to do that, okay? Right, here on the 15-minute chart, this was, what was this? This was 315. Nice signal right here. That caught this big, huge purple candlestick and the other two ones above it. So, geez. 10, 20, 30 points worth of, almost 30 points worth of movement right here. Right? Super nice. All right, I want to show you one more thing. Okay, I said I was going to show this earlier, but I am showing it now. This is the Nikkei 225. Some people might pronounce it Nike, but I think it's pronounced Nikkei 225. These are futures in NKD. Okay, the 5 minutes here, 15. Same thing I do with the S&P 500 for the members, and this is the 1 hour. Okay, look at this. Excuse me. Look at this right here on the 15-minute chart. This was at 2 o'clock. See, the Nikkei 225 preempted the S&P 500. It knew what was going to happen. It threw a signal right here. The GITTIS Plus signal threw a signal right here at the bottom, guys. Look at this monster mash. It actually signaled first before the S&P 500. For my count, this is like $8,000 worth of profit right here. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the market because I had, I was whatever. Just got other things going on sometimes. But that was an $8,000 movement right there. Look, even the hourly came up with it, and so the 5 minute was a little bit late to the game, but it also, all three of them were just absolutely banging on. Okay, that doesn't always happen. This is kind of a rare event to see all three synchronized like that, but that was really super nice. An 8K move, right? Woo-hoo-hoo. So this product, like I said, is going to get streamed, and I think it's going to be a product I'm going to slowly work my way into it, because this product is not easy to trade because the movements are big money movements. Like I said yesterday, this is not for the faint of heart, and I wouldn't, in my opinion, I don't think small retail accounts should be messing with this product because it can really do a lot of damage if you're not careful. But I am going to stream it. I think there's going to be some people, maybe some medium-sized accounts, a large account, retail account, and maybe even, who knows, make it hedge funds that come in and want to get into the subscription and watch this product, because this product is absolutely a monster product. Huge moneymaker. Okay, you stuck around to the end. That's great. If you want to become a member, there is a link in the description just below this YouTube video. Make sure you read the instructions carefully so you don't have any problems joining. Once you've done that, click on the Discord link. It's going to bring you to the GITTIS server. Okay, this is my server. This is where all the services take place for the members. Then click on Server Shop. That's going to bring you over here to this for $7.09. See, I told you, $7.99, $8. I keep it cheap. This is just to keep the riffraff out, right? $8. $8 a month. You see the profits I'm making. Of course, there's no guarantee you're going to make that kind of money that like I make. It has a lot to do with your account size. It has to do with your maturity or lack of. A lot of other factors come into play about whether or not you can make profit, okay? But I honestly believe that if you're patient, spend a little money on yourself, maybe 3 months, learn how to use the service, you can be profitable. If you're going to join, ask me about the video for new members, okay? Just put it in the chat. You can put it in member chat right here. Say, hey, GITTIS, can you show me the link for the new members video? And that video is going to show you how I use my indicators and what I do to make trades, okay? So that could be helpful. Just remember, everything that you see in this video and hear in this video and everything on this server is strictly opinion only, all right? I don't give advice, guys. Your trades are your responsibility. Just remember that. So when you do join, the streaming charts are down here, okay? You click on this channel right here, you're going to get the 3 streaming charts, the 5 minutes, the 15 minute, and the 1 hour. The GITTIS Plus indicators on there, which we saw on the trades of the day. The 1 hour chart has the cycles on there that are really nice, which actually was spot on today. I mean, oh my gosh, the hourly chart cycles were so accurate today. It was crazy. So accurate. Even with the FMOC nonsense going on, the cycles were still banging on. They absolutely smashed it. Okay, so that's all in the streaming charts. When the GITTIS Plus indicator does trigger, it sends an alert from the streaming charts to this channel. So if you're not watching the streaming charts, you can still get the alerts. Just right-click on this channel and turn notifications on, all right? There's also alerts for all of this right here. Now, these don't have streaming charts because you can't stream everything, but they do have alerts. So if you want to trade gold, crude oil, top 30 stocks, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, and some daily alerts, okay, you can get those in these channels here, okay? At the end of each day, I put some premium symbols in here. There's some decent symbols in there. So for existing members and new members, you might want to check it out, okay? Every night I put out nightly emails, all right? So if you want to get on the nightly email, put your email address in here, okay? You're going to get a daily chart of the S&P 500 with the cycles on there. And right now, you're going to see some support lines on there as well, because obviously we're kind of floating around there all-time highs. So the resistance is really just an all-time high, but there's some support lines on there as well, okay? Super simple. I put a couple sentences in there every day. about my opinion about what tomorrow's going to do in the market. I don't always say what the next day is going to do because sometimes it's not clear. But if I think I have a clear enough data to forecast the next day, I will. What you already heard in this show today, that I said tomorrow's most likely going to be a bounce day. Okay, but that'll be in the nightly email. Now, if you want that every night, join up. Put your email address in there. Okay. I do trade some corporate bonds. So once in a while, I'll put that in there. That's a fixed income. This is where we kind of do all of our regular chat. Okay. This is everything that comes with the $7.99, guys. Everything here, everything I mentioned. When I first started this service, I think I had like 1 or 2 people coming in looking at the stream. When I looked at the stream today, I think the maximum number of people I saw in there was like maybe 15 people, something like this. So it's growing. People are coming in, they're watching the streams and they're doing their thing. So the service is slowly growing, which is great. All right. Let's talk about the rules real quick. Please, no nasty posts. Don't say anything dirty or nasty. Don't post any nasty pictures. Okay, keep it civil. Be nice, respectful to everybody on the server. I don't want to have to ban or kick or ban people, but I will if it gets out of control. Okay, so please be nice, be respectful. And here's also the disclaimer, as I already mentioned. I do not give financial advice of any kind whatsoever. Strictly opinion. Everything in the video that you see and hear is my opinion, and everything on the server is strictly opinion. Okay, no matter what anybody's saying or doing on the server, it's only opinion. All right. And lastly, and here's the refund rules, so make sure you read it. Okay, really important to read the rules. All right, I don't want to hear anything. I don't know that was going to happen. Well, you didn't read the rules, and here I am telling you to read the rules. All right, so make sure you read the rules when you join. Okay. All right, I think that pretty much covers everything, guys and gals. I hope everybody had an awesome day. Happy trading, everybody. God bless everybody. We'll talk to you all real soon again next time.